Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Dalhousie University's Fall 2022 Convocation for our graduating classes from the Faculty of Dentistry, the Faculty of Health, and the Faculty of Graduate Studies. My name is Frank Harvey, and it is my distinct honor and privilege to be serving as Dalhousie's Provost and Vice President Academic, and I will be serving as your MC for today's ceremony and celebration. I'd like to begin the ceremony by asking Elder Anne Lebidois to deliver the traditional Mi'kmaq welcome.
What a wonderful day. What a wonderful day to be breathing. What a wonderful day to be here. And congratulations to all the students. Oh my goodness, the world is looking good. Yes. So I'd like to welcome you to the ancestral and the unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. It's quite an honor. My ancestors welcome your ancestors. And that's a very special thing. That we are all brothers and sisters of spirit, and that we all help each other, and we do the very best we can in every moment and in every day. Walalian.
Thank you very much, Elder Lebidois, for that beautiful welcome. I would also like to acknowledge that Dalhousie University and our community benefit from and sit on Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. We are very grateful at Dalhousie for our partnerships and our friendships across Dalhousie's campuses, our faculties, and our administrative units. We are grateful for our elders, past, present, and emerging, our elders in residence. We are grateful for our community leaders, our Indigenous Advisory Council, our Director of Indigenous Community Engagement, Catherine Martin, our Indigenous Student Center, Indigenous Research Facilitator in the VP Research Office, our Indigenous Health Programs, and many other important and critical initiatives and partnerships across our campuses. We will continue to work on and build on these important relationships and friendships, because we are all treaty people, and we take these words and our commitments to truth and reconciliation very seriously. We would also like to acknowledge the histories, the contributions, and the legacies of the African Nova Scotian people and communities who have been here for over 400 years. We are grateful for our African Nova Scotian Advisory Council, our Director of African Nova Scotian Community Engagement, and our pathways into the Truro campus programs. I am sure all of our graduating students have very many fond memories of your time at Dalhousie, but there are two specific times on university campuses that are particularly significant. The first, of course, is at the start of each year when we welcome students to campus for the first time meeting their friends and their classmates, and of course their professors. The second is at the end of their program when we come together, as we are today, in person to celebrate the completion of your degree. For many, this day very likely comes with a range of different emotions. Perhaps sadness at leaving behind a community and many close friends. Perhaps eagerness to move on from Dalhousie and to begin a new job, another program of study. Possibly a little fear and anxiety for those who aren't quite sure what is coming next, and certainly gratitude for all those who supported you along the way. But above all, I hope you feel pride. You've done what many people only dream of, and you should be proud of your accomplishments. Completing your degree, particularly in these unique circumstances of a 2-year-long and ongoing pandemic, certainly gives all of us many, many reasons to be incredibly proud of you and proud of your accomplishments. Convocation marks the culmination of years of very hard work, and your hard work deserves to be formally acknowledged and celebrated. Throughout the completion of your degree, you've spent hundreds of hours in classes and labs. You've read thousands of pages from books, journal articles, research reports. You've written and studied hundreds of pages of notes extracted from those journal articles and books and reports and labs. You found time to be student leaders in societies, athletics, extracurricular activities. You completed hundreds of quizzes and midterms and final exams. And for our 3 health faculties, health, dentistry, and medicine, you successfully completed a number of formative and summative exams, including national board and licensing exams. Our dentistry students spent countless hours in simulation labs, learning and mastering the necessary skills to provide oral health care to patients. You provided necessary oral health care to patients during a worldwide pandemic, and you accepted those risks. You completed and presented your research in oral health projects. You provided much needed health care to our marginalized populations, and you prepared yourself for careers in postgraduate residency positions. For our health students, you completed critical skills-based labs and simulation, completed clinical and practical fieldwork hours within various health settings, many of you supporting frontline COVID healthcare delivery despite the risks. And you volunteered to support pandemic-related activities, with many supporting COVID testing and vaccination sites and operations across our campuses. But as you completed your respective degrees and programs, you also spent a good part of your life, a good part of your time balancing school and work and social lives. You've dealt with fears and anxieties about your program and your future. You've dealt with relationships and social pressures. You managed your budget, in many cases completing your degree while juggling a job, in some cases 2 or more to cover tuition. And I'm sure you dealt with personal and emotional crises and losses, perhaps losses tied to the pandemic. Your graduation speaks volumes about your capacity and your willingness to succeed anywhere by applying the life lessons, the skills, the knowledge, the passions, and the life choices you lived through while completing your DAL degree. These are all the reasons we're celebrating today. These are the reasons your family and friends and our entire Dalhousie community are so incredibly proud of you. These are all the reasons you inspire us. So feel free to make some noise. Congratulations. Family and friends, although we would typically encourage you to move around the auditorium and take as many pictures as you'd like for health and safety reasons, we ask that you try your best to remain at your seat while taking as many pictures as you'd like. We have a photographer with Life Touch who will be taking close-up photographs as the graduates walk across the stage. Please be sure to celebrate by sharing your pictures online at #DalGrad. Convocation is also being webcast, so you can share your photos through our Dal website as well. Now, I'd like to take a moment to introduce those individuals who will be formally participating in our ceremony today. So when I call your name, if you can please rise and remain standing if you are able. Elder Anne Lebidois, who gave the traditional Mi'kmaq welcome. Dr. Deep Saini, President and Vice Chancellor. Dr. Louise Spiteri, Chair of Senate. Dr. Leah Rock, the Director of the School of Dental Hygiene in the Faculty of Dentistry. Dr. Sean Bowe, Associate Dean of Research in the Faculty of Health. Dr. Estelle Joubert, Assistant Dean of PhD Strategy in the Faculty of Graduate Studies. Catherine Martin, our Director of Indigenous Community Engagement. Dr. Sarah Kirk, the 2022 President's Research Excellent Award recipient and a distinguished research professor who carried the New Dawn staff into the auditorium, leading the students to their seats today. And Dr. Lori de Turbide, Associate Professor, Kinesiology with the School of Health and Human Performance, and our Convocation speaker today. Also on the platform today and in the audience are others, including numerous faculty members, staff, and administrators, your associate deans, VPs, many others who have been so critical to the success of our students and to the academic excellence of our programs. Can I ask you all please to stand as well? Your platform party for today. Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you. If I can ask you all just to take a second to turn the sound off on your phones. Please don't worry about turning the sound off on your children. Those noises are beautiful and welcome throughout the ceremony, so please don't worry about that. Now I'd like to invite Dr. Deep Saini to deliver the President's remarks on this wonderful occasion.
Thank you, Dr. Harvey. Distinguished guests, families and friends, and of course, most importantly, graduates. What an honor, what an amazing honor, and an immense pleasure it is to join you here today for this well-deserved celebration of your transition from students to alumni. Class of 2022, you completed your studies in extraordinary times. Although it may feel like we are close to the return to normal, for most of you, almost half of your studies were completed during the pandemic. So today, we are celebrating your perseverance, your resilience, your grit, your determination, and all that you have achieved by rising to the challenges that were thrown at you by the times that you passed through during your journey through this university. This is a very well-earned and very well-deserved milestone for all of you, and it is a source of great pride for both you and your supporters. So ladies and gentlemen, once again, please let's put our hands together for these awesome young people here. You did not have it easy, but I dare to imagine that someday you will look back and realize, that is if you don't already realize so, that completing your degree in such extraordinary times made you stronger. Perhaps it made you more resilient, more creative, more innovative, more empathetic, more civic-minded, and more conscious of how the actions of one impact so many, and more committed to striving for a better tomorrow. And these are exactly the traits that our world needs right now. Although we may have emerged from the pandemic, I think we have, but let's just say may for now, our societies are still facing a confluence of daunting challenges. Challenges such as climate crisis, the urgent need to recognize and address the historical injustices, global public health challenges that go beyond the pandemic, the need to feed a projected population of 9 billion without destroying the planet, and of course, most recently, the challenges to democracy, peace, and global order that we are all too painfully aware of. So the task in front of you, the graduates, is not an easy one, and it will indeed demand a great deal of you. But amidst all these uncertainties and challenges, there are unparalleled opportunities to be seized. In some ways, in my opinion, we are at the cusp of the greatest creative destruction that we have witnessed in our lifetimes. But to seize these opportunities, you will have to be willing to take chances and risks. I look at my own life, and I believe that some of the greatest opportunities in my life have come from embracing such challenges and risks. I won't talk about them because that's for another time, and I invite you to stop me sometime on the lawns or in the corridors, and we'll have a chat. Your generation, the generation that has gone through this incredible challenge of the pandemic, has demonstrated again and again that you have what it takes to overcome extreme circumstances. When I see what you have overcome in order to get to this point, and what you have become as a result of all this experience, I feel confident that you are totally up to the task and the world is in very, very competent hands. Your university education trained you to ask critical questions and make decisions based on evidence, not based on unsubstantiated opinions. These are powerful tools and a great responsibility in a world that is full of people seeking to impose their opinions over the evidence. Exercise this responsibility with confidence, but even more importantly, with courage. As you step into this new world, to lead this world, in fact, as you have already started to lead the world. Today, we also celebrate your membership in Dalhousie's worldwide community of more than 155,000 alumni, which is a distinguished group that has, in fact, already left an indelible mark on societies here in Canada and around the world. I have no doubt that you will uphold this tradition, and the years to come will see you too achieving great things, not just for you, but also for this world. We are attending today's ceremony together, and by attending this ceremony yourself in person, you are recognizing and celebrating the investment you have made in your education. And we do not take this fact lightly. We are committed to continuing to raise our ambitions at Dalhousie for this university, and in doing so, ensuring that the value of your degree keeps on appreciating over time. You, our graduates, and our alumni are the greatest source of pride for us. So on behalf of Dalhousie University, please accept my heartiest congratulations. Thank you for celebrating with us today, and please stay in touch. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Vice-Chancellor. Will graduates please rise? Mr. Vice-Chancellor, as Chair of the Senate of Dalhousie University, I ask you to confer degrees upon those candidates whose names have been approved by Senate.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in Dalhousie University, I admit to their respective degrees and diplomas with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto those candidates who have fulfilled the requirements of that degree and whose names have been approved by Senate. Admitto vos ad gradum.
Graduates, please be seated.
I'd now like to call upon Dr. Leah Rock, the Director of the School of Hygiene in the Faculty of Dentistry, Dr. Sean Bowe, Associate Dean of Research, Faculty of Health, Dr. Estelle Joubert, Assistant Dean of PhD Strategy from the Faculty of Graduate Studies, and Olivier Blais, an order and alumnus from the Fountain School of Performing Arts, to present the candidates who are here today receiving degrees.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, as Director of the School of Dental Hygiene, I am pleased to be here today to celebrate the accomplishments of candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for degrees within the Faculty of Dentistry.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates are here today to receive the Bachelor of Dental Hygiene. Miriam Bespina. C.G. Yang. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Bachelor of Dental Hygiene.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, as Associate Dean, I'm pleased to be here today to celebrate the accomplishments of candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for diplomas and degrees within the Faculty of Health.
Mr. Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates are here today to receive the Diploma in Health Sciences. Marisa Shirley Gillis. Miranda Mary Gillis. Rebecca Jane Luddington. Sarah Michelle McNeil. Mr. Vice-Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates here today to receive the Diploma in Health Sciences. Mr. Vice Chancellor, the following candidates are here today to receive the Bachelor of Health Sciences. Jill Caroline Gagnon with distinction. Hannah Claire Steele. Mr. Vice Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Bachelor of Health Science. Mr. Vice Chancellor, the following candidates are here today to receive the Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology. Erin Grace Hausman. Stefan Jamal Lopez. Jessica Redden. Mr. Vice Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology. Mr. Vice Chancellor, the following candidates are here today to receive the Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Oluwatomisin Emanuela Akinkunmi. Hannah Elizabeth Amiro. Sabina Arifova. Candace Odell Atwood. Jacqueline Renee Aucoin. Rebecca Susanna Barreto. Shanae Raven Beals. Hannah Louise Bedard with distinction. Perfect. Okay, sounds good. Brigenda Selena Bethel. Jenna Danielle Boudreau. Sarah Jane Bungay with distinction. Julianne Alexa Butt with distinction. Scott Callahan. Perfect. Maria Cano Zumidio. Malia Corinne Champagne with distinction. Paige Alexandra Colpitz. Megan Elizabeth Conrad with distinction. Michael Jerome Cook. Stacy Cousins with distinction. Alexa Lauren Crane with distinction. Gracie Maureen Critchley with distinction. Angela Crook. Natalie Patricia Dean. Michaelan Amy DeRoche with distinction. Jovan D. McCauley. Haley Helen Eva Drover with distinction. Emily Joan Derling with distinction. Morgan Lindsay Edwards with distinction. Lauren Mary Ellerton with distinction. Megan Mary Faulkner with distinction. Brooke Elena Ferguson. Evan Floyd Forward with distinction. Hannah Lee Fougere with distinction. Taylor Ann Godet. Haley Catherine Ann Jelena with distinction. Lauren Jane Goodyear with distinction. Samantha Sky McKenty Golden. Colin Richard Hall with distinction. Sandy Risk Arun. Matea Peyton Hancock. Melissa Ramona Harriet with distinction. Ashley Patricia Herman with distinction. Adeline Jean Hersey. Nancy Thressa Hiltz with distinction. Regan Jane Hiltz with distinction. Scott Philip Holman with distinction. Catherine Jean Horton with distinction. Allison Hosselton with distinction. Taylor Marie Huskin. Louis Victor Jenkins with distinction. Michelle Elizabeth Lamontagne with distinction. Alyssa Julienne Larade. Michael Samuel Laricus with distinction. Kirsten Elizabeth Lind. Liren Law with distinction. Amy Claire McDonald with distinction. Jenna Rose McDowell. Michaela Danielle McLellan with distinction. Mackenzie Erin McPhee. Kaylee Ray McCormick. Emily Elizabeth McDonald. Luxley Victoria Holly McGilligan, with distinction. Erica Jane McLean with distinction. Emily Lorraine Melvin with distinction. Victoria Paulina Murphy. Elizabeth Ann Marie Richard with distinction. Derica Leanne Louise Nickerson. Lindsay Annie Marie Nickerson with distinction. Jessica Kate Nuftal with distinction. Martine Miller Nyoff with distinction. Katie Sylvina Pestana Marchand. Laura Danielle Potier. Alexandra Maria Saligan. Trixie Faith Seroy. DJ Shea. Sangmo Sherpa. Kyla Leona Simmons with distinction. Lindsay Elizabeth Smith with distinction. Marjorie Louise Solos with distinction and a friend. Annalise Kathleen Somerville with distinction. Bria Emily Studdert. Ashlyn Louise Sullivan. Emma Duncan Taylor with distinction. Maeve Allison Topshe. Jessica Chang with distinction. Emily Dawn Walsh with distinction. Megan Nicole Warmerdam with distinction. Lane Gerard Williams with distinction. Jessica George Youssef with distinction. Mr. Vice Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Mr. Vice Chancellor, the following candidates are here today to receive the Bachelor of Social Work. Fatima Alawadi with distinction. Aaron Thomas Alexander. Supriya Aurora with distinction. Ayokunle Olatuin Babalola with distinction. Addison Courtney Barlow. Emma Jean Baudouin with distinction. Kestiva Ruth Benton with a friend. Stéphanie Laura Chiquan. Rose Cassandra Collins with distinction. Elisa Lee Davis with distinction. Jody Louise Doucette with distinction. Allison Mary Fraser with distinction. Amber Elizabeth Gallant with distinction. Marina Giguere with distinction. Amelia Kate Haynes with distinction. Erin Mora Kenny with distinction. Dumebi Itsama with distinction. Anastasia Onyakechi Ikechi. Julia Ann Loomis with distinction. Maria McLeod with distinction. Lane McPhee with distinction. Tambudze Makoto with distinction. Victor Maleki. David Nyakundi Ombasa. Hannah Beth Parks with distinction. Ainsley Brooke Pattison with distinction. Chantal Catherine Poppin. Jill Evangeline Prosper. Shyla May Destiny Rogers. Candice Deborah Rousseau with distinction. Jalisa Mary Shadbolt with distinction. Blake Emily Jennifer Shepherd Pardy. Haley Victoria Weldon. Mr. Vice Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Bachelor of Social Work.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, as Assistant Dean, I am pleased to be here today to celebrate the accomplishments of candidates who have fulfilled the requirements for degrees within the Faculty of Graduate Studies.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, the following candidates are here today to receive the Master of Arts. Brittany Ann Matchett in Health Promotion. Mr. Vice Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Master of Arts. Mr. Vice Chancellor, the following candidates are here today to receive the Master of Nursing. Morgan Alistair Don O'Connell. Elizabeth Asor Obeng Nkrumah. Mr. Vice Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Master of Nursing. Mr. Vice Chancellor, the following candidates are here today to receive the Master of Science. Joy Chikwe in Kinesiology. Evan McEachran in Rehabilitation Research. Alexander Jordan Peddle in Kinesiology. Aisha Summer Zumad in Master of Science in Speech Language Pathology. Mr. Vice Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Master of Science. Mr. Vice Chancellor, the following candidates are here today to receive the Master of Science in Occupational Therapy. Chantel Armstrong. Jenna Mary Boudreau. Amanda Gail Bradshaw with a friend. Spencer Kenneth Buck. Holly Buckler. Victoria May Chandler. Rachel Betty Ann Church. Aaron Leslie Corbett. Michael John Cormier. Jillian Maria D'Entremont. Adele Elizabeth Forward. Jill Alida Fox. Leslie Catherine Greeno. Quinn Mary Catherine Holohan. Gabrielle Heather Gross. Serena Holtz. Emma Elizabeth Johnston. Kennedy Elisa Killaway. Maura Elizabeth Kinney. Mallory Louise Landry. Emily McDonald. Holly Kathleen McDonald. Christina Lynn McLean. Jessica Marie Maxwell. Kaylee Madison McGeehan. Taylor Ray McGrattan. Neve Molloy. Aaron Morley. Catherine Morris. Cassandra Jane Murray. Emily Margaret O'Grady. Laura Irma Perry. Emily Pauline Porter. Elisa Mary Reeves. Carolyn Erin Robinson. Julia Patricia Rose. Thomas Gordon Shankster. Claire Isabel Soller. Morgan Elaine Sears. Cole Shortlife. Taylor Evelyn Simmons. Rita Sophie. Perfect. Can you say Cecila Marianne Thorin, post-professional. Evan Maria Topolinski. Paige Carolyn Tremblay. Nina van Niekerk. Megan van Wyk. Jenna Marie Vandenboer. Mallory Ann Webby. Natasha Lacey Wotton. Mr. Vice Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the Master of Science in Occupational Therapy. Mr. Vice Chancellor, the following candidates are here today to receive the Master of Social Work. Topi Opeyemi Abiagom. Zachary James Cameron. Catherine Cripps. Sarah Grace Crittenden. Kristen Melissa Cudmore. Kathleen M.A. Dunbar. Nugum Mabel Fonucci. Jen Horn. Shaylin Taylor McFarlane. Grayson Pauline McLean. Daniela Mayo. Jessica Isabel McCain. Agogo Okundalaye. Adriana Rachel Pilgrim. Jennifer Sarah Robinson. Alisa Yip. Mr. Vice Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of those candidates who are here today to receive the Master of Social Work.
Mr. Vice Chancellor, the degree of Doctor of Philosophy is the highest earned degree awarded by the university, and as such represents the culmination of a candidate's educational achievement. I am pleased to present to you the following candidates who, through thesis and examination, have fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Mr. Vice Chancellor, the awarding of the PhD degree completes a long cooperation between the student and their thesis advisor. We are pleased in the ceremony also to recognize the supervisor of the doctoral candidate, and we ask the supervisor to stand and present the parchment to the graduate following hooding. Following the awarding of the degree, the newest PhD candidates are asked to join the faculty on stage.
Justine Sarah Dahl, supervised by Dr. Marshall Campbell-Geo, Doctor of Philosophy of Health. Martha Jane Painter, supervised by Dr. Ruth Martin Meisner, with friends. Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing. Jennifer Elaine Niela Lane, supervised by Dr. Marilyn McDonald, Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing. Mr. Vice Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates who are here today to receive the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
Can I ask for a round of applause for our amazing orator today, Olivier? I'll remind him to stick around at the next convocation. That was amazing. And again, please join me once again in congratulating all the graduates who crossed the stage today. I would now like to call attention to the families and the friends of our graduates. We know that Convocation is such an important occasion for you as well, and I'm sure all of us here recognize the importance of your love and your support along the way. So we would like to express our gratitude to you for the role that you played. Can I ask the graduates to stand one last time, and can I ask the onstage party to stand as well, if you are able? Graduates, your family and friends have been applauding you loudly throughout the convocation ceremony today. It's your turn and our turn now to applaud them and thank them for their love and support for your degree. Thank you very much. Please be seated.
It's my pleasure to introduce our convocation speaker today. Dr. Laurie Deturbid is an associate professor in kinesiology with the School of Health and Human Performance, teaching and conducting research in the area of sport and performance psychology. Dr. Deturbid's specific areas of research include group dynamics in sport and performance teams, team trust, and the interaction between humans and technology, and how it relates to performance and learning. She also conducts research in athlete and coach mental health well-being. In addition to her work at Dalhousie, Dr. Deturbid is also a mental performance consultant with the Canadian Sport Institute Atlantic and has worked with athletes, coaches, and teams in the area of mental performance skills, including as part of the support staff for Team Canada, the 2016 Olympic Games in Rio and the 2020 Olympic Games in Tokyo. It's with great pleasure that I invite Dr. Laurie Deturbid to address Convocation.
Thank you. President Saini, members of the Senate, distinguished platform party guests, family, friends, and of course our graduates. I'm very happy and honored to be invited to speak to you all today. I'll be honest, my first reaction to this invitation was admittedly immediate fear that led me to going back and reading the letter a few times to make sure I'd read it right. Because the expectation and pressure of these talks are to impart some serious and thoughtful life advice and share perhaps some deep philosophical wisdom, but also to be a little bit funny, so there might be a small chance that you'll leave here remembering something I said. And while the pressure and the fear are high, here I find myself in the attempt. So when I started thinking about what kind of wisdom to impart on you today, I thought perhaps that I would share my own experience both as a performer, as today, and as a mental performance consultant, as if I was working with high performance and elite athletes. So I apologize in advance for the sport analogies. Over the past decade or so, in my work as a mental performance consultant and working in high performance sport, I've had the absolute massive privilege and opportunity to witness and be a part of some significant and impressive sporting achievements, but also many sporting disappointments, and what would initially be considered as failures. One of the biggest revelations I had when I began working with high performance and elite athletes, and this sounds really cliche, I know, is that they're very much just like us. Sure, they're stronger, they're faster, they're fitter, and do a lot of other things much better than the average person. But I think, like many of us, I had this perception that they were the type of people that weren't really afraid of anything. Competing in front of 1 million people, no problem. Flying through the air at crazy speeds, that's pretty cool. Launching down a mountain on skis, sure, no problem there. And doing backflips on a 4-inch beam, you've got to be superhuman to not be afraid to do that. But the reality is, they're afraid. Some less than others, and some are terrified. But they just do it anyways. You see, the human brain is a wonderfully complex and beautiful thing. And despite its development, one of its purposes is to ensure our survival. Encounter a bear on a hiking trail, you get scared, your nervous system kicks into gear and you react. You run, you freeze, you probably scream. You're walking near a ledge of a cliff, fear is going to stop you from walking too close and reduce the risk of falling. In short, fear keeps us safe. Fear can also serve another purpose. Fear shows you what you value, what you care about. It shows you that something means something to you. And sure, in circumstances where your life is in danger, it shows you that you value your life, your limbs, and your health. But let's talk about fear when it's not a life or death situation. Competing or performing against a tough opponent, applying for a job you might not think you're qualified for, going up and introducing yourself to someone you admire, telling someone you love them for the very first time, speaking up for yourself or others who've been mistreated, or public speaking, like being asked to give the convocation address. All very scary situations for many people. I'm going to quickly walk you through an exercise that I do with athletes when we work on managing fear. So when an athlete expresses their fear of failure, for example, we go down this path of exploration to better understand that fear. Because the more we understand it, the more we can manage it. Again, fear has a purpose. We don't want to get rid of it. We just don't want it to interfere. So I want you to think of a situation that might scare you. Applying or interviewing for a job, moving locations, performing. And now ask yourself why you are afraid. Common answers probably include fear of inadequacy, fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of letting people down. And then proceed to ask that same why question 3 or 4 more times. This is where my athletes get really irritated with me, asking them over and over, why? But that line of questioning typically leads to a path of self-discovery, self-awareness, and often a conclusion that resembles something like, I'm afraid that I'm not enough. I haven't done enough, or a conclusion that one doesn't value themselves enough. So when one comes to that realization, and some come to it faster than others, what do you do with this information? Great, I know this, I feel this way, but how can I change or manage that so that I can still perform? And that's a very fair question. So here are some tips on how to better recognize your value and in turn reduce that impact of fear. First, try to avoid comparing yourself to others. That's really tough. We are surrounded by comparisons. The philosophical underpinnings of sport are based on competition, rankings, and determining who wins and loses. Sport is a comparison. And without comparison, sport becomes recreation. And even then when we tend to compare. And then we live in the era of social media, the absolute black hole of comparisons. But if you must compare yourself only to the person you were yesterday. And then you're going to recognize your growth, your progress, and your value. Second, increase your self-compassion, and at the same time, try to decrease your self-critic. While being self-critical has its place and its function, too much of it is never really a good thing. So be more self-compassionate, forgive yourself, accept yourself, be grateful, be self-aware, and understand that you, as all others, are a work in progress. Failure is a verb. It is something that you do, and sometimes it can be helpful. Failure is not a noun. It's not something you are. Last, surround yourself with people who see your value and express it to you. This goes hand in hand with being kind to others. Anyone and everyone has the ability and capacity to be kind. And like attracts like. People don't tend to root for the jerk or the mean person. I'm an incredibly lucky and grateful person to be surrounded by the most supportive friends, family, and colleagues, some of who are here today. And when I expressed my fear of speaking to you all today, my crew had my back. So find yourself a crew by making sure you find the value in others and express it freely. Be kind and return the favor. The advice I'm giving you today is not new. You've probably heard or read the taglines, do one thing a day that scares you. That's from Lululemon. It's on the bags. Or the ever popular and simple, just do it. That's from Nike. Okay. In essence, I think what's being expressed here is that more often than not, the most rewarding and valuable experiences that you'll have in your life, even if they're not pleasurable or enjoyable in the moment, are usually the scariest. There's no guarantee that it's going to work out the way you first hoped it would, but there's really only one way to find out, isn't there? I want to thank you again for the opportunity to speak to you today, and once again, congratulations to all the graduates. Thank you.
Dr. DeTurbid, thank you so much for that beautiful and inspiring Convocation address on the power, the purpose, the benefits, the evolutionary fitness of fear, of kindness, of gratitude. Thank you very much. That was beautiful. Graduates, let me be the first to acknowledge that as you leave the auditorium today, as Dr. Saini pointed out earlier in his remarks, you will officially become part of a Dalhousie alumni network of over 155,000 people from around the world. This is a tremendous asset, and I hope you'll take advantage of the connections to the broader Dal community. We invite you to get involved. We invite you to stay involved. In recognition of your new status, members of the Alumni Association will present you with an alumni pin as you walk out of the ceremony today, and we hope that you will wear it with pride. Congratulations again. Welcome to the Dalhousie alumni family. Graduates and guests, the business of Convocation is concluded. After the singing of O Canada, you are requested, if you are able, to remain standing as the academic procession leaves the auditorium. I now invite you to join Chloe Dion, a Dalhousie voice student from the Fountain School of Performing Arts, in the singing of our national anthem.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command, car ton bras sait porter l'épée, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Give me the diminish, don't delio no thing. Nigga much good, my we done it. Give me the diminish, don't what a big soul thing. Nigga much good. Abahon madultinet, abahon madultinet, dan gisuk eliga haluk sigo ulau si amo we aheu we yo we ha ya ya we yo he ha ya we yo he ha ya we yo he ha. Don't you know this? Nigga much good, my we done it. Give me the diminish, don't what a big soul is. Nigga much good, abahon madultinet, abahon madultinet, dan gisuk eliga haluk sigo ulau si amo we aheu we yo we ha yo yo we yo he yo he ha ya we yo he ha ya we yo he ha manage, Don Delio no tin, nigga march to Maui Danage. Give me dead manage, Don Weatherbeck so tin, nigga march to Rabahon Madu Tinage. Hey, Abon Madu Tinage, Don Giso Keliga Luk Sigo, who loves it, Pambo, where I hail. Way oh way high, way oh hey oh hey high, way 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 oh hey high, hey oh, way oh hey high, way oh hey oh hey high. Way oh hey high, 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 hey oh. Give me dead manage, Don Delio no tin, nigga march to Maui Danage. Give me dead manage, Don Weatherbeck so tin, nigga march to Rabahon Madul Tinage. Hey, Rabahon Madul Tinage, Don Gisul Teliga Luk Sigo, who loves it, Pamo, way I hail.